is Melzario from Melzario Design. Welcome to my channel. This is part 10 of my 10-part 3D CAD design series. This was an intro into CAD design. If you're interested in getting into it or just learning about it, this is the series to follow. Again, this is part 10, and I think you all are going to like this one. So we'll get started. We'll get right to it. So if you've been following along, you're aware that each drawing gets more difficult as we go along in the series. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the channel. We'll start. Oh, I need to note a few things. So the operating system I'm using is Windows, so all of my keystrokes and everything corresponds with the system. Also, if you like to follow along, I have the drawings on my portfolio website, on my Behance website, so the link is going to be in the description. Yeah, I guess we get started. So this one's going to be fun. It's going to incorporate a lot of the things that we went over during the series, like extrusions, lofts. No radius is really in this radii. That'd be the plural version in this drawing, but we do have diameters and things like that, inside, outside diameters. So let's start with the top view and then going from there. Go and left click it. All right, so the first dimension calls for diameter 15, or it would say radius is 7.5, which is, times 2 is 15. So let's go to create sketch, click on this face, make sure you're in top view. Go right to the origin. And I mean, technically you can start anywhere on the page, but with something like this, where the ID, OD makes up majority of the parts, I like to start at the origin and just kind of split everything down the middle. It makes it easier to work with. So that first dimension called for a diameter of 15. And you'll notice too that everything is metric, it's in millimeters. So that's what we want to do. You want to make sure, let's see, if you go to your document settings, left click it, you see it's in units, you go down. I have mine set as millimeters by default for this series, and you can do the same. So we got the first one. The second one is going to be a radius of 17.5. So let's see, trying to do the math in my head. 35. That's not right. 17 is 34. You add 0.5 is 35. Let's see if we got that right. I like to bring out the calculator. I haven't really had my coffee this morning. So yep, 35. Okay. All right, easy math. So let's try that again. Okay, there you go. All right, so from there, the next dimension calls for a length of 75 mil. Now I'm using that dimension because we have to find the center of the next IDOD, and that one is 75 mils away from the center of this IDOD. So you want to turn your construction line on. Okay, then you want to do a line segment, and you want to take it from this center and kind of drag it up. It's going to snap into a straight line. So type in 75, press enter, and then we'll create the second IDOD. So turn the construction line off, go to your center diameter circle. That first dimension calls for a radius of 12.5, which puts the diameter, the inside diameter at 25. Okay. And then the next dimension is the outside diameter. It's a radius of 22.5. So that means the diameter is going to be, should be 45. All right, let's check the math. Yo, okay, very good. It helps to check. So what you want to do now is create a line segment from this tangent, the tangent of this OD to the tangent of this OD here. Make sure your construction line is off. So the way to do it, this program is cool for snapping. It has a way of finding tangents and perpendicular, like 90-degree. So we want to find a tangent. If you start at the circle, the center point of the IDOD, and kind of drag it over to the side there, it's going to find a tangent, and you left click it and kind of drag it out, it's going to find a tangent of this IDOD, and then you're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, boom. All right, so I know you're thinking like, okay, that looks good, right? So we have to actually back up because I just remembered that it doesn't quite work like that. This drawing is a little bit more tricky. We have to finish up this magnet looking portion of the part. So what we have to do, we found a second IDOD. So let's back up a bit. From the center of this IDOD, you want to drag it over, left click, and you want to create a line segment. Now you see I started dragging it down. You want to type in 15. Okay. Do the same thing over here. Kind of drag it from the side. Boom. Click 15. Okay. And then do a line segment to connect everything. Okay, now we're going to use the trim tool. If you go up here, left click on the trim tool, you start taking away. Okay, now you want to create another line segment. That's going to go from this IDOD, and you just drag it down, and then do the same thing here. Okay, let's go ahead and trim some more. There we go. All right, so you see how easy that was. That wasn't bad. Now, that stuff that we did previously, we have to do it from this intersection here. So it's a little easier since we don't have to go from the center of the IDOD. You could just go from this intersection here with the line segment, make sure it's a solid line, drag it out, and drag it to this, the tangent of this OD, and then do the same thing here, drag it out. It's going to snap. There it is. It found the tangent. All right. So that was the first step. Now, let's see what would be the easiest. Okay. Let's finish the sketch. And now what we want to do, let's go into isometric mode. So you want to go to your home, and we want to do an extrusion. We want to extrude this going up. Okay, now let's see what will be the easiest. Got it. Okay. All right. So let's extrude this. I was looking at the drawing. I'm like, how did I attack this before? So we're going to give it an overall height of 20. Okay, let's bring the sketches back. When we create our first extrusion like that, it gets rid of, it makes the sketch invisible that we created. We want to do the same thing here. Go ahead and do an extrusion. The extrusion calls for 50. Okay, there we go. All right, now this portion here, I'm gonna show y'all something. So let's do an extrusion. going up. Okay, so this portion here, that's platform, is only 10 millimeters in height. So the overall height of this magnet looking portion is 20, right? So that means it's going to leave like a little slither here of 5 millimeters, and below, above and below that, this platform we're trying to create. So let's go to 5. Okay, and then let's do another extrusion as a new body. You want to make sure it's a new body. You want to go up another 10. That's for the actual. All right, let's see. Let's back up. That didn't do it right. So let's click on that platform. Go up 10. There it is. Okay. Now you see by default it tries to join everything. You don't want to do that. You want to make a new body. Okay. And press OK. Now if you hold the shift key and use the middle of your mouse, you can orbit. We want to click on this platform, do an extrusion, and you want to go up to there to cut it. You see how it's cutting away? That's what we want. Go ahead and cut, and there you have it. All right, now we have this center portion for this little platform here. So we want to draw on this platform to create that middle section that connects this platform to this face here. So you want to left click it, create sketch, and we want to do a projection. So you go to create, project, left click it. We want to click this face, and this face here. Go ahead and press enter. All right, now we want to create that center section. Let's do a construction line. Okay, so the construction line is going to go through the center of the part. You want to start here at the center point of the IDOD, kind of drag it up, click it. Now you see that little icon that popped up? That's for the midpoint. That's exactly what we want. So when we go to left click it at that intersection and drag it up, it should connect to the next midpoint, and that's what we want. All right, now let's turn off the construction line, go back to the solid line. And from this point, let's see if we can get it to do it. You know what? I got something even better. So let's go back to our construction line. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to do right. Okay, so construction line. Let's go back to that center point. Left click it, and we want to type in 5. And then type in 5. All right. Now let's turn off the construction line and turn on our solid line. And we want to just drag it up. Okay. Now it's not going to snap. Really, what you have to do, drag it up, straight up, and you notice it's at 90 degree, right? It reads as 90 degree. You want to enter that in as 90, and it's going to lock it. It's going to lock it, right? So next, what you want to do, just kind of drag it, and it's going to snap to that intersection. You see that? So that's what you want to do. We want to do the same thing here. You see it locks. Okay, so you see how when you drag it up, it reads 180. Just type in 180. It's going to lock it, lock that constraint, drag it up, intersection, left click it, and it's going to lock everything in. Now we want to trim away some of these segments. So let's trim this away. Let's trim this away. Let's see. There we go. Okay, good. All right. Now press enter. There it is. All right. So if you hover over this portion we just created, it reads as a profile. That's what we want. I'm kind of hovering over it because we want to do an extrusion. It's going to be a couple of extrusions. So we want it to be its own profile so we can extrude in the next step. Let's go ahead and finish the sketch. And you see how you can select it. Go ahead and select it, extrude up to this face first. Now you see, again, by default, it tries to join it. We don't want that. We want to do a new body. Press OK. All right. Now we want to do it again as a new body, but up to this face here. So let's do an extrusion again. If you drag it up and you just click on it, it's going to automatically snap to the height of that face. Let's do a new body. You see how it keeps it as two separate bodies? That's exactly what we want. The reason we're doing it like this is because we need to loft from this face here to this face here. Okay, so press OK. Go over to Create, Loft, and click on this face and this face, and it's going to do a cutaway. It's going to cut away the material to connect from this face here to this face here. That's exactly what we want. Press OK, and boom, there you have it. Now, if you want to make it look neater, you can combine these two parts, these two bodies, and you see how it joins. Press OK, and there you have it. So now it looks neat and clean. So that's exactly what we want. Now the next step, we have to draw on this face in order to get like a slot going down the rear end of this IDOD. So go ahead and select that face, highlight it, make sure it's blue, create sketch, and it's going to rotate us to this face so we can draw right on it. Before we do that though, we need to project it. We want to project this, and we want to project this center point too. You would think it'll do automatically since the IDOD was formed from this center, point here, but it for some reason you have to manually select it. So make sure you have two selected, press OK. Now we need to draw on it. Reason we did it like this is because that slot calls for a total width of 5 millimeters. So do the construction over. So actually I did that wrong, I'm sorry. So let's do that again. From that center point, let's go over 2.5. The total width calls for 5, so you divide by 2, you get 2.5. So you want to do the same thing here. All right, now let's turn off the construction line function and let's just drag these up. So from this segment, we just created these segments here, you see that? So you want to go from this point and just drag it up. Drag it up through the part at 90 degrees. And you see it's trying to continue that segment. We don't really need to, but you know what? Let's try it like this. So if we snap, if we hover, right, you see how it still wants to draw that line segment. Hover over to this point, and if you drag it up, let's see, it should create a 90 degree. It's trying to, okay, let me zoom in. There it is. Do it like that, and then do it again. You just draw through it because we're going to trim away some of this, and then select the little check mark, and that's going to confirm it. That's what we want. Now you want to trim away. Let's trim this away, trim that away. We can get rid of these too. We don't need these anymore. Okay. All right. We're good to go. All right. Very good. So we're going to create that slot. Now press enter on your keyboard and you see how it's a selectable profile. That's what we want because we want to extrude this all the way through the IDOD. So finish the sketch, go to the home or the isometric view, extrude that portion, drag it all the way through. Okay. Again, hold down the shift key. You can use the middle of your mouse. Rotate it around, you can you see what's happening back there. That's what we want to do. Okay, press OK. All right, that locks it in. All right, so this next part is going to be tricky because now we have to create the those two IDODs that connect to each side, like pretty much this side here and this side here. So it's going to be a little tricky. I'll show you how to do it though. What you want to do is select this face, create sketch, okay, and you want to project. There we go. All right, so we're going to select this. That's all we need. Press OK. Now, the ID, the inside diameter calls for 16, right? So it sits at the middle, at the midpoint of this segment. Let's do a construction line. Oh, but you know what? Okay, so yeah, let's do that first, and then we have to establish the center of the ID, right? The first part of it anyway. So what you want to do, select line. You see how it snaps to the midpoint? That's what you want. Okay, so just drag that over. Okay. Now, select the little check mark. Now, what we need to do, actually, let's see. It's gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, because it's trying to, that's weird. Okay. All right. Press enter on your keyboard. We need to lock that in. We're gonna run into a little issue here. Let's see if it's gonna let us select the center point of this here. Nope. It wants to select the point, the end point for the tangent of this circle here. Okay. All right. We're going to figure something out here because what we're trying to do is find the center point of this IDOD, because the distance from the center point of this IDOD to the one we're trying to draw is 35 millimeters, right? So let's go back to our right side view. Let's try to project. Let's see if it's going to let me project this intersection. 1 second. Let me see if it. Okay, there it is. So this would be the intersection we're trying to project, that intersection point there. Go ahead and press OK. And you see it popped up now. So with that, there it is. All right, that's what we want. I believe that's what we want. Let's see if it's trying. Let's go to our top view and check it. Huh, that doesn't look right either. It's weird. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can project from this view, because we're drawing on the right side view, but if we rotate it to the top, it shows the segment, the line segment that we created earlier to find the center point for this IDOD and this one here. So let's see if we can project. So let's go back to create, project. Click that, press OK. Now, if we go back down to our right side view, there it is. I think it did it. All right, that's what we want. So what we're going to do, we found the midpoint of this segment and we found the midpoint of this IDOD. Let's create a construction line that goes from this point here, and that's going to allow us to get the center point of the IDOD we're trying to create. So let's type in 35. All right, press enter. All right. Do another construction line. You know what? Since we have the center right there, that's the intersection. Let's go ahead and turn the construction line off. Let's go to our center diameter circle. And if we drag from here, and you see how it kind of snaps to it, that's our new intersection. So we're going to type in 16. Okay. Press enter. There it is. It locked it in. Oh, it's one. Now we want to do that again since we found our intersection, but this time it's going to be, it calls for a radius of 15, which is a diameter of 30. Okay, good. Now press enter. After that, trim away. Let's do some trimming. Okay. Now we have to create a line segment that goes from the tangent of this OD over to this part here, because we have to extrude. So let's drag. Just like before, we want to do the same thing we did before. There it is. Let's trim away. Okay, good. I was waiting for the computer to catch up. All right, so let's finish the sketch. And if you go to your isometric view, but kind of like rotate it to the rear, that's what you want. All right, we're almost there. So from this face, actually, let's see. We may as well do this now. So let's back up a couple of steps. Let's go back to our sketch. Let's go ahead and just mirror what we created on the other side of the center line for the part. So if you highlight the segments we created, the lines we created, and the IDOD, make sure it's highlighted. We're going to mirror, and the mirror line is going to be the center of the part, or the center line, which is, let's see, let's bring back our origin. I turned it off because sometimes it gets in the way. So if you bring back the origin and you click on this face here, it should, why is it not, let's see, it's not reading it. It's weird. Why is it not letting us? Oh, the mirror line. 1 second. For some reason, it's not letting us click on it. Cause see, this is the face we need to click on. For some reason, it's not selectable. Huh? That's weird. Okay. We might have to create our own line intersection. Let's try this. Huh? That's weird. It didn't do that before. Okay. Here. Okay. Well, no, that's not it. Okay. All right. Let's cancel. All right. So let's bring back our origin. Okay. Now it's selectable. So let's select that face first, right? Because that's the center of the part. So let's select that face. Let's go to mirror. Nope, it won't do it. It lets us select these faces, but not this one. That's the one we need. Okay. All right, we're going to create our own. So what I'm going to do, let's see. Let's do a solid line that goes from the center of our IDOD. Wait a second. Ah, that's why. Okay. All right, I got it. All right, so what we're going to have to do, instead of trying to mirror the lines that we created, we're going to have to mirror the actual body once we create it. So let's go ahead and finish the sketch. Okay. Left click the profile and we want to extrude. Now that extrusion calls for 13 millimeters. So you want to extrude that way, -13. Select enter. Now we want to extrude this part going in to this face. Okay, kind of drag it in. Okay, that's what you want. All right. We can drag right through it because all we want to do is just create, you see how we have that here? So you don't want it to poke through the part. It looked funny. So let's back it up. And we're going to call for 6 mil. There we go. All right, that's what we want. And we want to create a new body. You don't want to join it, because if you do join it, we won't be able to select this body as its own entity and mirror it to the other side. So let's do a new body. Oh, let's drag this forward a little bit. Wait a second, why is it doing that? Got it. Okay. All right. Go ahead and press OK. Okay. Now this body, let's see, if we go to our drop down menu, this body we created, we want to combine it with this body here. There we go. Press OK. There it is. That's what we want. Now what we want to do is mirror this body that we created over to the other side. Okay, so in order to do that, you want to go to mirror. Okay, the object is already selected. The mirror plane, there it is. So this is the plane, the face plane, and let's see if it'll let us. Yep, it's going to let us select it. And it should mirror over to the other side, which is exactly what it did. Press OK. There it is. All right. So we have our part. Now, you notice we got extra line segments in here. That's what happened when we join the parts and stuff. So let's combine. Let's make it nice and neat now. Join. See how I did that? It got rid of those line segments. Let's combine again. Join, and there it is. It cleaned it right on up. So if you go to your isometric view, you just turn off the sketches. You just want to make them invisible. You turn off the origin too. All right, there it is. We have our part. So it got a little complicated towards the end of the part creation, but this is how it goes. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all was able to follow along with everything. Appreciate all the support that I've been getting. If you could click like and subscribe for me, I appreciate it. It's going to help me keep this going. Just show me some love. Again, I thank you all for joining in for this CAD, 3D CAD design tutorial series. Appreciate all the love, support. This is Melzario with Melzario Design. And until next time.